All right, we're back for week 15 action, tiering your favorite skill position players into their respective tiers ahead of fantasy playoffs. So if you're stressed about your matchup, you got a big one this weekend, lock in, grab some popcorn, and sit back and watch us tier some boys.
Tier
Here's
the
some
lads.
boys.
For what it's worth, Dexter Lawrence will not be joining us today. Now, let's see here.
Jama.
Jamar Chase.
Shama.
Let's see. Yeah, we don't have to worry about any of these guys on bye anymore. So that's nice.
That's actually nice.
Nico probably after him. Trying
He's
to
up there
think.
for sure.
Jay Jettas is probably going before him.
Yeah, he's got to be up in that tier. Do we think there's a chance that
Actually,
AJ Brown just gets like 90 targets this week?
Yeah.
It's definitely possible. I just think that it's not as easy as people want to make it to be.
No, I would think if their relationship is not cooked, they'll probably try to force feed him the ball.
I
But
definitely
if it's
think
cooked, they'll be like, "Screw you, dude."
I think he's top 10. I just don't think he's like the fourth guy we'll throw up there. I'd rather throw
Yeah, it's
Puka
fair.
there
I just
just
think
because
there's
he's
a
played
path
like it.
for him to get.
Oh yeah, easily, very easily. Yeah, I'd throw Puka at 4. He's just been.
I'd agree.
Sure.
Probably put Jawan in the 5 to 10.
I mean, Amon-Ra's matchup
I'll
should
say
be good
Amon-Ra,
against the Rams.
I think is worth throwing. Yeah, Amon-Ra needs to go up there. Then I think Juwan is honestly fine to throw up in that conversation at this point. Same thing with Cup. Same thing with
get Cup involved.
Yes.
I mean, probably I like Neighbors, but he might be closer to here.
I would say, as much as I like Neighbors, he's probably a tier down. Honestly, I think we throw up Terry McLaurin, kind of in that realm.
Is Nico definitely playing?
Here?
Yeah, I throw Terry in there, and I throw Big Mike up there as he chases the kind of his 1,000 yards.
I just think people are kind of overhyping that 1,000-yard things. Like he has to get 1,000 yards. It's like, no, he doesn't. He's like he's an old receiver coming off a hamstring injury. Like I get that he's done it for so many years in a row, but like he's not the same guy, and he's coming off of an injury that affects athleticism pretty heavily. Like,
yeah,
I'm surprised he's getting as much.
Gonna appear with 1,000. I think the Jets have a good matchup, but I don't know which guy you're higher on. But I mean, it's probably Garrett. But they're both pretty set up.
I say Garrett. I think Ridley deserves the mention because the usage he'll have.
Can get down here.
Ridley above Devontae for sure for me. I like him a lot.
Above Devontae here or up there?
Not up there. I throw him above him there. Yeah.
JSN's been a dog.
He has.
I think at this point he's
deserves
a spot like there. Or
yeah.
here,
I mean, really, you can make an argument for him to be in that top 10 based on how he's been performing.
What about Zay versus the Giants?
The only
I don't really like the game script on that one. Yeah.
He can easily be the guy that gets like 2 touches for like 100+ yards right out the gate, right?
For sure.
But it's also like, how much do you really want to weigh into that?
But if Derrick Henry breaks an 80-yard touchdown on the first play, like he might not do anything after that.
Yeah.
Like
CD, what do we think here?
Yeah, just because he'll get volume, and that's all that matters for him at this point. Sutton's probably up there.
Yeah.
He just seems to get there.
Sutton's for sure up there. Sutton's been very good.
Balling.
Get up there. I mean, Ladd, if he plays, is in this tier, I would think.
Yeah. Do we give any love to Debo?
I mean, I think he's going to be kind of the skeleton key today that everybody hates. But I'm fine putting him as a flex just because nobody's going to want him. Let's see.
He could play better than that. It's just hard to. I like Drake London this week.
Yeah.
I think he'd get upgraded there, and we'll chuck Ladd in that same tier. Get up there. What do you think about BTJ?
I just think he's going to get locked up. I looked at like who's actually healthy, and Sauce should be available this week, so that just makes me a lot less excited.
Do you know who I feel like could be sneaky big game is Amari Cooper. He had like a pretty good game last week.
I'd throw Amari Cooper up there for sure. The Bills receivers against the Lions, like this could just be a repeat of last week. Like both Amari Cooper and Shakir I like a lot. Let's see here.
Shakir big time. I think Shakir probably here and Amari flex maybe. I feel like you could trust Shakir a little bit more.
Yeah, I think that's fine. Let's see here. Outside of that, though,
what do you think about Tyreek and Waddle?
I would say I like Waddle a lot. I think he's going to continue to improve for the offense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like him. Let's see. And I'll have more schematic stuff as we get closer.
Do you like him more than?
Yeah, I think Tyreek's great, but I think we're at the point where we're actually experiencing him coming down, if you will, from his career highs. Jaden Reed, I think there's going to be a squeaky. Like, I think this is going to be the week of like the guys that you hate go crazy. So like Jaden Reed has a week. DK could have a week.
That feels like the narrative that happens during a fantasy playoffs or something situation because you bench this guy because he was terrible and then you have like 30 points on your bench.
That's what I'm saying. He gets a 30 bomb and you're just like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Just because like he's probably gonna have some like hidden schematical thing or whatever that goes his way.
Yeah.
That
Devontae Smith can't be higher than here, probably.
Yeah, that's fine. Bears receivers can all technically be in the same range. Addison, yeah, I think now is still insane. Last week, 3.
I don't think we have him on here, but he would be up there.
Yeah, he'd be up there. I'm not too concerned about it though.
Addison, my middle tier receiver from last week.
Great that was good. Let's see here.
Yeah, nice. Did you have Chase or did I have Chase? One of us had Chase.
Yeah, someone did. Don't remember.
Jacoby Myers probably needs to be up here. Even though it's not Aiden O'Connell, he's still going to have volume.
Yeah. DK probably a flex at this point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like D-Hop
that guy.
Still. I just don't know about the competitiveness of the game.
Yeah. What about the Panthers, guys?
Thielen and Coke are of interest to me. But I also think this is a spot where they get smacked a little bit. Because, I don't know, perhaps the team is just completely falling apart in Dallas. But, like, what if the defense is actually fully healthy now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this defense put up 30-plus fantasy points at one point or another. Like, I'm still curious in them at least. But then again, they also got steamrolled last week for what it's worth. So we'll see. Darnell Mooney probably goes a little bit higher. He just
he actually
needs to get there.
Get him up there.
Trying to see who else. Jackson liked Wandale, if I remember correctly.
Wandale, yeah, I did.
So let's put him in flex or basketball.
He's probably here. Yeah. I mean, like these guys are all guys who probably started over. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's in.
Trying to think.
He's in around these conversations. I mean, there's nobody else that I think is super relevant.
I just can't click any of the other ones, unfortunately. But yeah.
I mean, Yosevich maybe deserves a spot on the board.
You can chuck him in best ball if you want. If you want the kid to get some reps.
Yeah, I think he could get some reps with the first team.
I'll say let him get in the locker room with the lads.
Yeah.
All right. I guess we don't have T on here as well. So where is? Oh, here he is. I like the look of that.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
Finally have receivers back. Deontay Johnson. Classic.
Yeah, he deserves a state on that. Does anyone know what he just didn't play when they told him to play?
I think he guess, right?
Because he was pissed at the coach.
I couldn't tell you, honestly. I'm so confused.
That's a fair reason to bench him, but
I just
there was some other
why you would want to like bench yourself essentially. Like this is your job.
Yeah. I think he was probably just pissed. Like he probably thought when he got traded there that he was going to be like a part of the offense, and then he had done nothing. And then they're like, play in this rundown when we're like up 20, and he's like, no.
He's like, no, I'm not doing this shit. Get me out of here.
Yeah.
Teach their own, I guess. All right.
We'll get Bijan up there. We'll get Saquon up there.
Yeah, so Saquon, King Henry.
The King.
King Henry might be the RB1 overall this week.
I kind of like Justice Hill.
Yeah, I'm probably going to play.
I mean, Henry's going to be up here, but Justice Hill almost makes more sense if you think it's going to be an actual blowout. Like, they're not going to just, like, run the tread off Henry's tires for no reason.
What if it's finally Keaton Mitchell?
Keaton? Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind that either.
They let the kid get some run. All right.
Next tier, Devon's in here somewhere, probably.
H. Johnny gets there. Gibbs gets there. Mixon gets there.
Gibbs is like a weird one because he's so talented, but his ceiling is just always limited because of the
split. He has Montgomery.
Like, he's never going to have, like, top 5 ceiling, probably.
But if Montgomery ever goes down, it's his ceiling.
He's RB1.
Yeah.
It's a weird situation to navigate. I mean, do you like Brees if he plays?
I just don't think he plays. I think he's done for the season.
I probably agree. Kenneth Walker, Charbonnet.
I'd go.
Mixon's up there for sure.
I'll say let's get the studs in first before we get the guys who will probably hammer. I like Chase Brown a lot.
Kamara.
You like Kyron tonight?
Yeah, I think Kyron gets there technically. And then Josh Jacobs, he's been there. Then I think it's Chuba, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Kamara, Chuba. And then
Dowdle probably belongs somewhere kind of higher up this week.
I'll say Dowdle and Najee are kind of next to each other in my mind. I like those.
Bucky.
Is Bucky going to play this week? That's my question.
It's hard to tell. I mean, that situation was a weird one. It seemed like they were in a spot where they were comfortable that they were going to win the game, so they just were like, it's not worth risking a further injury. Versus this week against the Chargers. Chargers run D is pretty good, so maybe it's a downgrade from that standpoint. But
I'd probably go with Montgomery, and I'd go with Brian Robinson next. I think those guys kind of get up there. Outside of that, touch-wise, who's getting that?
What do you think about Kenneth? I mean, Kenneth Walker, one of these guys is here.
I would say whichever one actually plays is a top 10 back. That's the one I was trying to figure out. Was like, Zach Charbonnet is yet to post below like 17.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Tracy is probably.
Tracy can go. Right? Yeah, I'll say he gets good touches, so he can go high.
Where he at? There it is. Do we like?
I'd throw in like Zamir White as our sincere.
Jonathan Taylor just cooked.
Yeah, I was about to say sincere.
Jonathan Taylor.
Definitely don't have sincere on here, but you are sincere.
Seems that's close enough. Same jersey at least.
Braylon. Oh, I guess. Yeah, we have Braylon. Middle suit.
My only kind of question mark that was so annoying that was where at the game was like Isaiah Davis or whoever the hell it was in there splitting reps.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude, he might be sneaky this week too, Isaiah Davis.
It's just
they spawn these dudes. They sneaky have like 3 good running backs.
But they're good. They're good somehow. Like it makes me curious. Like tonight, like is he Ibanekanda or whatever the hell his name is? Is he going to somehow do something?
Israel.
Let's see here. Isn't Tony Pollard actually been somewhat efficient without like Tyjae Spears or something like that this year?
He's been good. Yeah, I don't know if the matchup is the best. Hold up.
I don't know if it's necessarily the best either. I just know I think he's been getting a decent bit of touches.
Yeah, I mean, he got 21 attempts last game.
Yeah, I'll put him up there then. Ramondre is probably similar theory then. Trying to see outside of that though. I think is Etienne or Bigsby. I think one of those two is down technically.
I can't put Etienne higher than best ball regardless.
That's fine.
I mean, if Bucky plays, we'll get him like here. I just think it's a tough match.
I don't like it for Bucky this week. I think it's a trap. But outside of him, I think James
Cook, super touchdown dependent, but he's probably still a flex.
He's a flex. I put James Conner in 9 through 20. He's been getting the weirdest consistent touches I've ever seen. But yeah, that looks about right to me. I don't know if there's anyone. Oh, classic. What's his name? Tyler Algier State ceiling goal line touches from beating on last week. Love that.
Tails oldest time. Rashad, I kind of like Rashad.
I'd be happy putting Rashad higher just because it's like we are more cautious on the whole Bucky deal.
Could be some passing dump off type of work too.
Mm-hmm.
when their run D's good. But yeah, I like the look of that.
I do as well.
All right. As do I.
Getting into some QBs before everybody's favorite segment of the week. Joshua.
Yeah, Josh Allen. He's just.
I don't love Hurts' matchup this week, but he's probably still up here. But
you can throw Lamar.
But I don't love the matchup.
I'd throw Lamar actually down one. If it's going to be that much of a domination, like he could genuinely just dud.
That's fair, but like in order for it to get to a blowout, they're probably gonna have to score like 4 touchdowns in the first half, and if he has 3 of those,
then he's going.
I mean, 4 is still good, but is there someone else you'd rather have in that 3 spot?
Probably Joe
or Joe.
What about Bo Nix? I feel like I'd have a huge week.
As long as they're live, Joe Burrow is low-key just going to be chucking it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got to be Joe.
I'm fine doing that.
And Jaden will go here.
Just some mobility.
I like Nix as well, but I think he's probably – I mean, we can see, but he's top of here.
Jameis
is going to be chucking a lot. I like putting him in top 10 consistently. Like, that man just chucks it. Richardson, probably going to be higher than people want him to be.
Air Bear.
Let's see here. Trying to think outside
AR.
Yeah, he's that.
Gino.
Purdy.
Yeah. Purdy. Apparently, weather's going to be interesting tonight.
Is it here?
I don't know. I think it's in. Let's just clarify rather than. Yeah, it's in San Fran. Supposedly, weather's supposed to be.
It's beautiful as of now.
All right.
But
well, that's not.
I will say there is a chance of high wind. Well, it's supposed to rain from 2 to 4. So if that continues on, you could be correct.
I'm not too worried about it then.
Brock.
Yeah, I'd throw Brock. I'd throw Stafford.
Probably.
Both of those two should be slinging it.
What about the Herb dog?
I like him.
As long if they get a ground game of some variety, that's nice.
Darnold, has he earned a spot up
yeah,
here?
Yeah, I think it's fine throwing him up there at that point.
Daniel Jones.
Daniel Jones, oh god.
Bo Nix can go.
Bo Nix can go up there realistically.
Do we have someone else we want to put here? I think Goff could be really good.
Yeah, just because I just think it's going to be a run-dominant game is my only concern there.
Yeah, but I just think like if teams are scoring back and forth, like there's going to be so much opportunity for air yards and things of that nature.
That's fine.
Caleb,
A-Rod,
CJ,
Bryce,
Drake.
Where are we throwing Tua and?
Yeah, I think that's a fine spot for Tua.
We can just make this 17 and we'll chuck these lads. Wait, we do have Mahomes to deal with as well.
Mahomes.
All right, Jameis. Sorry, kid.
Nah, he's gonna be.
It was fun.
Slinging it.
Do we not have the scout team safety section anymore?
Oh, we can make sure that stays.
All right, bet.
Oh gosh.
Perfect. Nice. All right. Trevor Lawrence, probably.
Jordan Love is. There's kind of a lot of dudes this week. Like I don't know who else we.
There's a lot of
It's. Is it Richardson?
No, not really. Because he's actually
like make this 18 and call it a day.
Yeah, I mean. You could technically make arguments for like any of these guys to be higher or lower.
Because Russ has been good too.
Well, that's the thing. It's like it really depends on game script. Like Jameis Winston, I would not be surprised if he's a top 5 fantasy quarterback this week because he might just throw it 70 times.
Yeah.
That's really all it depends on. So we will see.
Anything we want to change here?
I think it looks good.
No, I think we're good. We don't need to throw Skylar Thompson in there.
I was gonna say Nix over Stafford maybe, but I don't really care.
Yeah, I don't disagree. It's fine.
All right.
All right, and last but not least, everybody's favorite segment, the most riveting segment in all of the land.
Tight ends.
Which tight ends will you be starting this week?
Any of them.
Brock.
Walk Putty.
That feels like a good top 3. I'm open to.
I was about to say, I don't know if I can really change anything there. I think you just kind of click randomize at this point.
Are we really giving McBride more love than Jonah right now, though?
I'd throw George Kittle over McBride.
Yeah, I would agree.
It just feels like surely he's going to score one of these weeks. Like, even if they just force him the ball, like, it has to happen at some point.
They're not going to let him leave the season without a touchdown, I agree.
He's I don't know where it's coming from, but
he's going to get one somewhere.
And Joku for sure. I feel like Hunter Henry probably after him.
I'm kind of at the randomizer portion of this. I think Pat Frymouth technically gets a bump, like Jackson was saying.
Mark Andrews, sneaky good matchup.
Maybe with likely to put next to him.
Laporta. Let's see. Kincaid / Knox. Any thoughts?
I think they're there.
They can go there.
I feel like
he exists.
Ertz doesn't have the worst matchup in the world.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree.
Right. I wonder if Greg Dulcich got on the field. Gesicki's fine. It's just he's really relevant when what's his name is off the field. Is the issue there?
Yeah. We have room for one more lad to get hopped up here. Is it Kraft?
I feel like it's Kraft.
Yeah, I don't disagree. Dalton, Schultz. The rest of these guys, I don't even need to get on the list. Great stuff.
Those guys are getting reps with the scout team this week.
Yeah.
All right.
Sweet.
Gotta love it.
I think that's going to do it here. If you enjoyed, if we had all helped you decide who you're going to be starting, who you're going to be sitting this weekend in a all-important matchup for your fantasy playoff hopes, drop a like, subscribe, and we'll see you next week. Hopefully you survive in advance.
Mm-hmm. And if you lose, can't blame it on us. Just can blame yourself.